think probably my junior year, I was going through a lot emotionally and kind of going through a low point with my career, my choice to go into music. Maybe my motivation, kind of a struggle with my motivation. I always felt it was just kind of this obstacle that I just had to get through, or I had to get over. I had to just, keep going and keep fighting, keep trying, picking myself again and just staying encouraged. But it just seemed like I kept hitting a wall. When I was younger, it was always like that challenge. But what I found when I was a little bit older was that it wasn't so much about the challenge anymore, but it was more about just staying consistent. And I didn't have really a good enough reason, I think, to stay consistent when I realized, my whole motivation for this was really just because I thought it was a fun thing to do, and it's the only thing, I really thought it was the only thing that I was good at. I was 6 years old when I started playing the violin. I really liked it. Actually, my parents bought me a toy violin first, and so I thought it was the coolest thing when it was playing fake songs and I was playing it but not really playing it. And then I kept begging my parents for a real violin, and then they finally decided that it wasn't a joke and I really did want to play the violin, and got me a violin that was real, and found a violin teacher to do lessons. When I was a kid, I just enjoyed the sound that it made, and I was fascinated, I guess, by the whole way it's made, that there's strings that resonate whenever you pull a bow across the strings, and that you could change the pitch with your finger. Other people saw that it had potential, my parents, my teachers, and they were encouraging me to keep going with it and to practice more, just be consistent with it, be faithful with it. And then later, towards the end of high school, when everyone's kind of considering what they're going to do after high school, if they're going to go to college, what they're going to study, that was when I decided that I wanted to study music, and I just wanted to continue getting better at the violin. I just considered the violin because it was the best thing I was good at. I was really good at playing the violin, and I enjoyed it because to me it was kind of like solving a puzzle, or it was sort of like any kind of really difficult passages that I could practice and try to nail. They were just new challenges, and that's how I looked at it. So I think my junior year, it kind of all was putting a lot of pressure on me. I didn't realize at the time what all of that was, and even still, I'm not totally sure, but I definitely was experiencing a low point, and found that just needed maybe a different motivation or different perspective about what I was doing. I ended up going for a master's degree. I kept going with it. And COVID hit in the first year of my master's degree, like the middle of my first year, and then all of these different changes and moving back home, and it was a lot. During that time, especially during COVID time, I started to kind of work through that, those things, like those motivation. What motivation should I have, or why is music important, or why I thought the violin was so important to me. And to me, I think it was a little bit of an idol. I was kind of worshiping the challenge of kind of becoming the best as I could at something. Not to say that you don't want to do your best at everything, anything you put your hands to, or anything you do. I mean, I wanted that to be my motivation, but I really was idolizing this kind of idea and then this image in my mind of who I was going to be. And once I started taking that perspective and just kind of I stopped looking at it like that. I stopped looking at myself and seeing what I could be and all of this stuff. I think I was able to see a little bit more clearly about why music is important and what it can do and what it could be used for. Now I'm teaching a couple students violin, playing piano in church, helping the musicians there. So a little bit more well-rounded. I'm not pursuing a career in music necessarily, but it's a really big part of my life still. And it's interesting because it's like a different way that I'm using music, and also didn't, expect to play piano as much as I do now. But again, it's just a tool, and it's a way for people to connect to God, and it's a way for people to experience His presence, and it's something to enjoy too, I think.